Remember, statute dictates that we provide 3% or inflation, whichever is less for education. And we have applied that to the big three, education and healthcare providers and state employees. Because our revenues haven't grown much, we have to keep them flat this year.
Governor Rhoden delivering his first budget address today, announcing that educators and Medicare providers will not see a bump in their paychecks. And good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Allen.
Good evening. I'm Kara Setzer. Governor Larry Rhoden delivering his first budget address today, announcing that educators and Medicare providers won't see a bump in their paychecks. The state is operating under limited revenues and an underperforming sales tax. Grant Green has more on why some educators may not be happy to hear what was said in today's address.
There's been a lot of speculation on the economy, and I won't sugarcoat it. Revenues have been very flat, only rising slightly.
Governor Rhoden is proposing a budget of $7.44 billion. It's about a 1.6% increase from the last budget. While he touched on plenty of planned investments such as the women's prison in Rapid City and funding for modernizing the state technological systems, Senator Liz Larson felt there were some key issues left unaddressed.
Cost of living, childcare, other expenses that are just, it's hard to find a way to keep more money in the pockets of South Dakotans. And I didn't hear a lot of those bread and butter type of issues addressed.
Larson gave the governor credit for doing his best to respond to dwindling revenues. However, she added that the Democratic Party has been left out of conversations regarding the budget. The governor announced a 0% increase for education.
That is really disappointing because I think that over time it erodes our education system, and I just don't think we can afford that, especially in Sioux Falls, which is where I represent. So that's disappointing.
Governor Rhoden once again addressed his initiative to push school choice as alternative education has risen over 200% in the state. Senator Casey Crabtree said the availability of other educational choices should be something every family can be afforded.
What I think the story of the day, though, is by and large, it's the economy and where things are at. In South Dakota, we've got to be focused now, as this legislative session approaches, on ways to build a better economy with more opportunities for those kids that we're just talking about, whether they're going to public school, whether they're homeschooled.
Crabtree says lawmakers next session should look into intelligent factories as a new source of revenue amidst this strap of cash.
And making sure that we're making South Dakota a place where they want to invest. That absolutely puts more money in people's pockets, cuts taxes, creates better jobs, and helps secure our national security position.
The 2026 legislative session begins January 13th. In Sioux Falls, Grant Green, Dakota News Now.